Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, Out of Voice Radio. So today, I am showing you a video about Sceptile from our upcoming Celestial Storm expansion. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a little bit of boasting in this video. I will keep it brief, but the video I did a little while ago, I'll pop a link in the description so you can see, about the Sceptile rumour has been proven entirely true. That's not entirely true, actually, ironically speaking, because we don't know that an alternate version of this, alternate art version, is going to be the box promo for the set in Japan, but I think at this stage it's pretty much guaranteed. My sources over in Japan fed me the information about Rayquaza GX, and that was proven to be entirely true. They sent us the information about Sceptile, which, as I'm going to explain in a minute, has proven true. So essentially, my Japanese sources feeding me rumour have been proven to be correct. That in and of itself is very exciting indeed. Not to mention that my prediction of Sizzle was entirely correct, and my prediction of the rotation was as well. Okay, I promise I'm done boasting now. PTCGRadio brings you the news before the news breaks. Okay, now I'm honestly done boasting. Sceptile is a grass Pokemon. It means that you are hitting weakness against things like Lycanroc GX, which is very nice indeed. And it means that you don't really have that many extra tricks. You do have Lurantis promo, but even though I thought that was good, no one's playing it. I suppose we could also mention Leafeon GX's GX attack, giving you lots of extra evolutions on turn 1, especially when combined with the Energy Evolution Eevee, but honestly, nah. It's just not a great typing at the moment. You are weak to fire. Great thing about being weak to fire at the moment, by far the best card is Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh will smash you. The second best card, Turtonator. Turtonator will smash you. They don't need to hit for weakness. You've got 140 HP, which honestly is actually low at the moment. We expect Stage 2s in the Sun and Moon era to be up at 160 like Dragonite. They're not all going to be Mammothswine beastly at 180, but 140 really is kind of low. I mean, I showed you the Celesteela from this set. That's a basic that's got 140, poor Sceptile, etc. Retreat cost of 1 is quite nice just because it's low, and being a Stage 2 makes it kind of awkward because you've got rare candy and all that malarkey. Hey ho, can't win them all. Good news is the ability is exactly what we thought it was going to be, which means it's great, and this was translated by the lovely David Hochmann, Mr. RappelmannTCG himself. All of your Pokemon with grass energy attached do not get damage from your opponent's Ultra Beast attacks. Now, the translation that David has, and I believe him entirely with this, is that it is grass energy attached, not basic grass. So counter energy, as long as it is attached to a non-EX, non-GX and you're behind on prizes. Rainbow energy and super boost energy, as long as it is attached to a Stage 2, will all provide the requisite grass energy here, which makes this a heck of a lot more techable than it would be if it was only grass energy. Of course, it is still a Stage 2, so techable really is a bit of an awkward term to use. Now, we've talked in the past about Stage 2s, and they can have abilities as great as you like, but they often don't see play. So something like Ludicolo, for instance, which has an ability which is just Pokemon Catchers or no play whatsoever. Having said that, Vikavolt does, and generally speaking, and it is a very loose rule, but the rule tends to be if it accelerates energy, we'll play it, if not, we won't. The thing is, the format we have at the moment, or the format we're heading into with Forbidden Light Legal, is so Ultra Beast heavy. Over in Japan, for the last couple of months since their equivalent of Forbidden Light was released, the two best decks by a country mile have been Buzzwole and Ultra Necrozma. Over in Europe, Duskmane Necrozma has seen a little bit of play, and I think we'll continue to see more and more play, and largely this is due to Beast Ring, a card so good, I actually made a video discussing whether it maybe is too good and potentially should be banned. When you're in a format where pretty much all the best decks are Ultra Beast decks, having a Stage 2 that gives your Pokemon immunity from Ultra Beasts pretty gosh darn sweet. As a side note, if you do use something like Rainbow Energy, do remember that your opponent can use Enhanced Hammer, and as soon as the energy is off them, they no longer get Sceptile's ability working, and unfortunately that means they will be able to be hit by Ultra Beasts. Either way, this is clearly something people are going to want to play around with. A stage 2 that you pop on the field, and then immediately you can pop a Grass Energy, Rainbow Energy, etc. onto your Pokemon, and get that immunity from all the best attackers in the format is crazy, crazy good. The real question is, and I don't have an answer to this, we are going to have to wait and see how people approach this. Are we really going to see this getting played just for the ability? Now, if Forest of Giant Plants was still legal, oh my goodness, the answer would be yes, because it would totally be worth it, because it would give you a great matchup against a bunch of decks you'd otherwise be really worried about. Without Forest of Giant Plants, when you're relying on stuff like Rare Candy, I mean, let's say you're playing something like Vikavolt Tapu Bulu. Well, in that respect, you're already playing 4 Rare Candy. So what you could potentially do is play 1 copy of Trico and 1 copy of Sceptile, and there's a decent chance that in the games you need it, you'll be able to get it. Or maybe your opponent will just Guzma and take out the only Trico. But either way, it's still something that would be worth playing. But if you're playing something like a Buzzwole deck and you want to tech for the Buzzwole Mirror, it's not happening. It is absolutely not happening. You're not playing this in a Guzma deck. Sad, but true. Either way, it is a great ability, which we should expect to see a huge amount of play, at least initially, while people work out if it's viable as a tech or not. The great news is that they've actually got a really good attack as well. 1 Grass Energy, this attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to your Pokemon. And the translation from David, and I have no reason to believe this isn't real, is energy, not energy card, and all of your Pokemon. So if you're behind on prizes, you attach a counter energy to a non-EX, non-GX, that's 40 damage. If you can get 3 stage 2s in play, difficult. But if you do and you attach a super boost energy to one of them, that's 4 energy in play. Which means you can actually build this up. Now, to be fair, the numbers, it takes a bit of energy to get up here. So something like a Tapu Lele, for instance, you need 7 energy, 140, plus a Choice Band, 170. Something like a Buzzwole, you need 8 energy, 160, plus a Choice Band, 190. Something like a Zoroark, you need 9 energy, 180, plus Choice Band, 210. The thing is, if you're attacking with Sceptile, you can have the energy all spread around your bench Pokemon and just have a single Grass Energy on Sceptile. So if your opponent KOs Sceptile, you only lose 1 energy, and then you can just put up a new Sceptile or another Pokemon and off you go. And the thing is, and go back and check out my Rayquaza video when I went through a lot of these options. But the fact of the matter is, we've got a lot of good options here. I mentioned Beastring earlier. Beastring is phenomenal energy acceleration. Play Pheromosa. Pheromosa's a grass Pokemon. You can Beastring energy onto it. You play 2 Beastring, that's an extra 80 damage. And then if you get down to 1 prize remaining, actually the attack that does 180 for free energy becomes a genuinely viable option. You can use Max Elixir with a whole bunch of basic Pokemon. Or you can use Lurantis GX. I don't think it's a great idea, but it's worth remembering. Or you can use Arceus Prism Star, bearing in mind that you're already playing the grass energy, so you just need a water and a lightning on your bench, Tapu Koko and Octillery. So actually here, there's quite a lot you can do. And that's what I like about this. I don't think that Sceptile on its own is going to be a phenomenal deck because it's a stage 2. And you need to also be playing stuff like Max Elixir, Beastring, etc. to accelerate the energy, while playing stuff like Rare Candy and enough consistency cards to get the stage 2 out. And if you look at all the best decks in the format, you're either going, hey, I'm getting the stage 2 out, or you're going, hey, I'm playing a whole bunch of tech cards like Beastring and Max Elixir. It's very rare that you can find space to make a consistent deck that's running all of that. But the fact of the matter is, you've got a really good attack here. And you've got a phenomenal ability which really could turn the format on its head because it makes you immune to Ultra Beasts. But it's a stage 2. And I know I've said this on many, many occasions, stage 2s just aren't as good. I think this is a great Pokemon. I just don't know if it's going to be worth playing it as a stage 2. Certainly, if I'm playing a Vikavolt Tapu Bulu deck, I'm putting a 1/0/1 line in my deck, because if I can get Sceptile out, it's going to be sick. But if I'm playing something like Turbo Metals, I'm not. And that's sad. But it's the way it is. I'm giving this between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. Except for my own little half Wassie that's downstairs. Not barbaric. Cutest thing I've seen in my entire life. And that's not hyperbole or clickbait. Literally true. I think this could be a much better card than that and could really become a force in the metagame. I think it could be a much worse card than that and be a stage 2 that's way too awkward to see play. But it's got a great ability and a great attack, and it is definitely going to be tested. And I want to know from you guys, are you going to be testing it? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods, etc., head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do just that. And remember, PTCG Radio is a weekly podcast on iTunes, which has been going for 6 years. I would download it and give it a listen if I were you. Then again, I'm a little bit biased. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.